Okay. I feel like this is going to work. I feel like this is going to work now because I can see the chat stuff. So hopefully my stuff goes out again. My Lanta. Gosh, my hair is getting so long. Finally, I know. Guadalupe. Hey, maid. Oh my gosh, I think I had a dream about you the other day, and well, I don't know if you want to do another reading or whatever anytime soon, but it was weird because like I had a dream that I was talking to you, like you booked a reading and I was talking to you, right? And then when I was talking to you, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like when I was pulling cards, it was like clarification on something that you needed. And it was like really important. Like I'm piecing it together. It was like really important and it was clarification on something that you needed. So I don't know, but I know I was talking to you. And it was so weird because like I feel like it's future tense. I don't feel like it was past tense. It was weird. It was weird. It was weird. It was weird. Um, yeah, but it's like it's hard. Like I'm sitting here thinking about it, and it's hard for me to tell if it was past tense or if it's like future tense. Normally, I don't dream in past tense. I dream in future tense. Okay, Kathy, if you can hear me. Um, so I thought it was well. If you were thinking about booking, there's your sign because it was weird. It was like I don't know how to explain it because, like, I feel like a lot of my dreams, I'll remember bits and pieces of it, but I don't remember the whole entire thing in its entirety all the way. And then I have to, like, put, like, the bits and pieces together. I can feel a hair on my leg. Did I get it? I don't think I got it. I don't think I got it. I was thinking about you recently and I was going to book a okay, I'm hold on, wait. I'm going back to the chat now that I'm talking. I was going to I was thinking about you recently and I was going to book a reading by the end of the month, which is funny. Oh, yeah. Girl, I don't know. Maybe you need a little reading you don't even know. Oh, well, right now I have a special for $99 readings. Let me put the booking link up because that's going to be going away very, very, very soon. So I wanted to give people opportunity to get that if they want it at a much cheaper price. Let me put it. It'll be something like $99 recorded reading, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, it's penned. But yeah, so I have the $99 readings right now just as like a special. So if you want to get it $65 cheaper, then definitely do so. What's your new job you're going to start? Is it weird I saw a ghost cat recently? I saw it with my eyes. No, you and I have had talks about like sensitivity and stuff like that before. Um I feel like animals are easier sometimes to acknowledge when they're dead or see or interact with sometimes. It's weird. It's kind of like people some people will be like, no, 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 there's no ghost, no go like, that's not real, blah, blah, blah. It is. It's very fucking real. But like, let me try to explain it. So it's like they won't process the fact that like, a person, right? They'll process it as, oh, I could take in that it's a dead cat, not that it's a dead person. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I found a stray cat and found its owner, and then the spirit cat came right after the stray was found. Ah. Do you have any ties to cats? Do you think it could have been like a cat in your lifetime, or I mean, I don't have my cards with me, so I can't really look. I mean, I have them with me. I just don't have them right here where I'm sitting. So, I mean, maybe your current spirit animal could be a cat. Um, I'd have to know a little bit more detail and stuff like that. When we chat, just tell me about it because I feel like that would kind of like help um figure out what it is exactly that you're seeing. Um but I oh what I was saying is I think that a lot of times animals are easier for people to process and accept that they can see as dead. You know what I mean? Like not people. Because when it goes into the territory of people, they're like, "Oh my god, that's not real," you know? Never had a pet, so it's interesting for sure. We can talk about it later. I'm thinking about adopting after experiencing the stray. The stray was so oh, you should. You definitely should. Ugh, I love my kitty. She's driving me fucking nuts lately. For some reason, this bitch, okay, she wants to go out into the garage now all the time. Don't know why. No, no rhyme or reason, no clue why. There's really like there's nothing out there of interest to her. I think she accidentally discovered it and now she wants to spend more time there. Now she's like, "Oh, I want to go back in the garage." And then for some reason, Pumpkin has found her voice in the past couple months or a few months. She used to be so quiet. She never meowed. She never said like no, I was gonna say she never said anything, but like she wasn't vocal, right? She wasn't a super vocal or chatty cat. And for some reason now, she's the complete fucking opposite. She will not shut up. And I love her to death, but man, does she drive me fucking nuts sometimes. Like she literally just won't shut up. And like I literally just end up feeding her food sometimes, not all the time, but I end up feeding her like wet food a couple times a day. And then now I feel like she's whining to get food even though she always has food available. She's a yapper. Yeah, she is now. Um she always has food available to her like her dry food and stuff like that. And I'll give her wet food a couple times a day. But there's now she's like going to the garage door and she's crying. Like she wants to go outside in the garage door and I'm like, "No, girl, that is not a place for you to chill. Like that's not that's not a place for you to go." You know what I mean? Like it's the fucking garage. But she just wants to be in the damn garage. And I don't know why. She was literally like sleeping under the car or laying under the car. Um our garage door sometimes like when you go to close it, it bounces and you have to make sure that you close the garage door because if not, Pumpkin will she will go out the garage door. And I also made the mistake of one time when I went to go check the mail after we moved into this house, I carried her outside with me. And ever since I carried her outside with me, she's been very interested in the outside. And I do not want her to be interested in the outside, but she is very interested in the outside. I've kind of like broken her from that habit because she was crying to go outside constantly. She's going crazy to go outside, right? And then eventually, after ignoring that for a while and not giving her her way, like I have to literally treat her like a toddler. Like I can't give her her way. I can't nothing. So I I I got over the hump of her crying to go outside, but then now I still have the hump of her now wanting to go into the garage. And she has zero business in the garage, like literally zero business to go in the garage. But hence here we are, her wanting to go in the garage. I did not realize that it was almost midnight when I came live because I was gonna come live earlier, like during the day, and I didn't do that because my fiance kept calling me because he had really bad reception on his GPS and he needed to know where a couple things were. So he kept calling me. So I was like, you know what? Let me not go live. And then I started doing stuff around the house. And then I started making dinner. And then I just got done in the kitchen again, making a whole bunch more shit. So I'm just like, ugh. I didn't even realize. I thought it was closer to 11. And then I realized like I've been yawning and yawning and yawning. And then I looked at the time and I'm like, fuck. I have been struggling for years, like getting like a sleep schedule, like worked out, you know? And over the past, like, I would say last week, my fiance is out of town a lot for work. So when he was back in town, we got up very early all 3 of those days. And since I got up early all 3 of those days in a row, I've literally been able to go to bed at a decent hour because before, like, I I was struggling to try to go to sleep by 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Like I was really, really, really struggling. I think my or my gosh, I can't even say the word. Insomnia like has gotten worse and better at different periods of my life. Normally I have to use some sort of sleep aid, you know, to get some to fall asleep. And then I would bounce around to like different kinds that I want to use because, you know, I can't take the same one for too long. You get used to it, right? And so I was doing that for a little bit and then I changed up and did something different and I get used to those. So now I'm going back and taking different things and stuff like that. And even with that, like I could not go to sleep at a decent hour. So the past, I would say week and a half, or no, maybe not even a week and a, yeah, about a week and a half, I've been doing really good with getting to sleep. And by really good, I've been falling asleep around, I would say between, I would say 1:30 to like 3:30 in the morning. Last night, I was having a very hard time trying to fall asleep. It was like I would say around 3:30 by the time I fell asleep. Um, but that's better for me. And then I've been waking up. I woke up the other day at like 9:28 in the morning. Literally 9:28 in the morning. And I normally could not wake up before like 2. Um, I was my sleep schedule was very, very, very poor to say the least. And it's not by choice. Like I would love to be able to go to bed at like a decent hour and then wake up at a decent hour. And then also too, I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like a lot of times when I sleep, I don't just sleep like 8 hours. My body wants 10 to 12 hours of sleep. 10 to 12. I don't know why I'm like that. I've been like that for a very long time. Um, I am also someone that can sleep for very long periods of time just normally, but like my body won't wake up before the 10 to 12 hours. It's really weird. I either You know what though? I could also like thrive on like 4 hours of sleep and like rally. So it's weird. And here I am yawning. See, it's getting close to my bedtime. I did not know it was Mittenoggin. Um anyway, so I won't be on for too long then. I'll just come and say hi. I want to try to start coming on during the day or like multiple times a day and stuff like that. You know, I want to earn back my monetization. I don't understand why it was taken away from me to begin with. There was no reason for it to be taken away from me. YouTube did not give me a reason. They just took it, and then they told me to upload a video to earn it back. And I uploaded my video and explaining to them, like, I don't know why. If you tell me what video it's on, I'll just delete it. Like, it's not a problem. Um, and I didn't get a response. And then by the time I called them and I had 2 days left, I actually found a number and I was able to speak to a person, and I was trying to get some more information from them. And they literally told me that they didn't know why, they could not tell me why. And then they told me I was past due on the time frame to be able to like dispute why I lost my monetization. I said, no, I literally have 2 days left and I uploaded that private video like I was told to in the email. And she's like, yeah, that's so weird. I can see that, but it's not letting me do anything about it. So I don't know. So I was like, yay. And then I called back the next day and they couldn't do anything either. So I lost my monetization. I wasn't really making anything, but still it like really upsets me because it was something that I earned, and it was something that it took me a very long time to earn. So that just really chaps my ass. Chaps it hard. There's a big part of me though, to be honest with you, that I don't know if I really care about monetization, especially on YouTube. I really don't. And there's a big part of me that I just don't really care about social media in general. Um, I'm over it a lot of times. And then there's a lot of times where I do want to make content and stuff like that. But a lot of times I just feel so over it because I feel like no matter how hard I've tried in the past, and it's also my fault because I'm not always consistent. Yes, I know that. But no matter how much I've tried in the past, like, it just really pisses me off sometimes because it's like I tried and tried and tried and I earned monetization. And then after I earned monetization, I would make content and like it would never get seen. It would take me like a whole day almost to do it just because I wasn't really too good at it, especially like with the editing and stuff like that. And by the time I edit it, make a thumbnail and do all that kind of stuff, it took and recorded it, it took me a long time, right? So it just didn't feel like it was worth it to me. Um, and then just social media in general for me has just gotten so dark, and I just hate seeing it. I like, oh, now I got hiccups. I used to scroll, like TikTok or the reels and stuff like that. And now I really don't do it as much. I will sometimes, but not as much. I try not to be on my phone as much. I'm just so sick of it. It's like everyone's just so angry and hateful and just rude, and they say like the nastiest freaking things, and it's like it's so stupid, and I don't want to be around stuff like that. Like, I'm just so old. I'm too fucking old for that shit. I'm 38. I'm 38. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old for this shit. We're all too old for this shit. And everyone's just gotten so comfortable. I feel like our society as a whole is just so fucking doomed at this point. People are so nasty and just so evil. People are there's so many people that are hurting children and no one fucking cares, and it's just so fucking dark, and I just don't want to be a part of it sometimes, I don't know if that makes sense or if I'm explaining it well, but like I want to do my readings and stuff like that. Like I want to help people and everything like that. Like I literally got sent this long, long, long message. Like, and I get messages like this all the time, or I used to. And it was like this person just like bitching me out for a good 2 minutes of how much I'm a fraud. And then, which stupid. So I'm a fraud. And then on the other hand, they're angry that I charge people for readings. So it's like, which one is it? Pick one. I can't be both. I pick one. But I don't know. Just social media in general for me is just like, I'm just so fucking over it. there's a lot of good things and good that can come out of social media, but then there's just like a lot of like evil and negativity, and just people are just fucking horrible, man. Like, my hair is loose. I can feel it on my leg. And I just don't want any part of it. You know, I don't want to be a part of it and stuff like that. I don't want to. And when I say I don't want to be a part of it, I'm just saying like I don't want to have to be interacting on social media all the time, because that thought of that like is just like ugh to me. You know, it's exhausting to me. I feel like I'm sounding like a bitch and I'm not coming across the way I want to come across. Like I'm not, I swear, like I'm not, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just like, I don't want to put myself in the limelight sometimes, because, you know, when I do, I feel like it just never really goes well for me. And I don't know if I want to put myself in that position. I don't know if I want to keep putting myself out there for just constant ridicule. Um, that's pretty much what I'm meaning. And then also too, the thought of having to be on social media all the time is it's just ugh, I just don't like it, just because like there's so much nasty negative people, you know? Like I went live on TikTok maybe like a couple times, and I either had no one come in there, or I had a few people come in there and they were just saying the nastiest freaking things to me. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, the things that people say don't bother me like that. Like, I don't take it personal. I just don't want to be around that. Like people are just so fucking evil these days. And I just don't want to be around it, you know? Even scrolling, like, even like if you go to the comment section, and I saw this girl, she was a little heavy set. Who fucking cares? Okay. It's not affecting anyone else. She's a little heavy set. Not like to the point where she can't fucking move around, or she's like labored breathing or something. But even so, if someone can't move around and they're labored breathing, what the fuck does it bother you for? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, there's no reason, right? And she was literally just like, she was showing herself um cooking, and make she was making breakfast, and she was making like an egg white omelet, and she was like on a weight loss journey and stuff like that or whatever. And people were just saying the most disgusting things in the comments to her. And there was some encouraging people, but there was just so many like disgusting comments. So it's like, you're disgusting if you're fat, you're disgusting if you're losing weight, you're disgusting if you're too skinny. It's like you can't fart right for these people, you know? And it's just like it's so ugh, you know? And I just I don't want to be in that environment. You know, even on my end, like I don't care about getting ridiculed. Sometimes it is like it is bothersome and it is kind of hurtful, but I don't take it personal, you know what I mean? Because people don't know me like that. And the people that do know me like that don't talk to me like that, you know? Yes, it could be a cute cat video and people find a reason to argue. Yes, they will find a reason to fucking argue about anything. Like, okay, like if it's a cat video, they're like, why did you give them that brand of cat food? Why didn't you give them this? Why did you carry them like this? You brushed them with the wrong type of brush. It's like, fuck me, man. Shut up. Fuck. Like, I don't have the patience for that shit anymore, you know? You're good. I think you've created a community of good people. Many creators feel that way from what I've seen. The hate is real, but the love is real too. Yes, that's very real. I mean, you're 100% on point. And I honestly did not come on here and intend to start bitching about this. I really did not. I promise you, I really didn't. It is something that I think about though, and it is something that weighs on me. Um, I feel like a lot of times I've worked against myself in trying to grow. Um, I've done a big disservice to myself in not recording a lot of readings like I should have. Um, I'm sick of like I'm sick of being called a fraud all the time. And it's almost getting to the point where I don't know if I want to keep putting myself out there anymore. Like I do, but I don't. And I think that that's another reason why I don't, is because I'm over it, you know? And but then there's a big part of me where I do this for the right reasons. Like I want to help people. I've had so many phone calls where people have thanked me profusely for providing them closure, providing them clarity, giving them a chance to speak to a loved one and interact with a loved one that's passed away. It's very special, and I don't take that lightly. I don't take my gifts lightly. I respect them and I feel honored to have them. I feel like I'm a good person to have gifts like this because I'm very level-headed, I'm very calm. I can use my discernment to help, and I feel great about doing that. But then on the other hand, it's like I don't I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it sometimes. Like I want to and yet I don't. Honestly, I feel like I'm at a point where I need direction in life. Like I need clarity. Like I need direction. And I know Aunt's told me a few times, like I have to use my gifts and stuff like that. But I'm just like, fuck, man. Like I don't know if I want to. It's not about the gifts. It's about the social media aspect. Like I'm so over it. Everyone literally, like you were saying, everyone will argue. You could put a stop sign. Like I've seen people post about stop signs and they'll fight about anything. Or now it's like they hate you because you don't agree politically with someone. It's like, oh, do you support this? Oh well, you're the scum of the earth and both like slow your fucking roll, man. Like this is so stupid. The things that people get so angry about now is just ridiculous and so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. And it's just taxing and it wears on me. And that's why like stuff like that makes me feel like I don't know if I want to be a part of social media because of the stuff like that, if that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining this right. Anywho, on a brighter note, on a brighter note, um, I've got some pretty big news. I'm getting married very, very, very soon. Very soon. I feel a pimple right here popping up. So I think I'm gonna have to put I'm gonna have to put a little pimple patch on it. You ever feel them like underneath your skin and it feels like a lump underneath your skin? You're like, I know you're about to be something. So I have a pimple popping up, so I'm not happy about that. Um, what else? Other than me getting married, I don't have a lot of like life updates and stuff like that. Mason's doing really good. He had his surgery on his back almost a year ago, so he's almost a year post-op. And he is, thank you, I appreciate it. And he is doing really good. His back is sore sometimes, every now and then. He has to like lay down and rest his back a lot. Um, but other than that, like he's not in pain, so that's good. Towards before he had his surgery, I'm playing with my hair. My hair's like looped around. My hair is so long, like you can't even see the end of it. It's so freaking long. Um, so when he had his surgery and stuff like that, like the surgery went very, very, very well. The recovery was a little rough on him. Um, not from the surgery itself, but from the side effects from surgery. Oh my god, it's so long, beautiful. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm gonna have it cut soon. Like not like cut a lot, but Oh no, I'm thinking of like, I don't know, maybe like 3 inches or so. I don't really want to go past that because my hair is really long. I do like having really long hair, but it's very fucking annoying at the same time. 3 inches is a lot for me because normally when I trim my hair, it's like an inch. It's like 1 inch. Like, you know what I mean? Just enough to get the dead ends off, you know? But um so Mason had a lot of complications from not the surgery itself, but from like the recovery aspect of the surgery. He had such bad like trapped gas pain. If you've ever had trapped gas pain, it is fucking brutal. It hurts so bad. Like it hurts so freaking bad. I felt so horrible. And I helped him relieve that the best I could with like warm compresses and gas pills and just whatever. And then he got super fucking constipated so bad. And all the stuff he was taking for it wasn't helping him go. Um, Even the stuff I was giving him was not helping him go. Um, he had to wear this wound vacuum. So it's like literally like on his back. And it was like a big thing like on his back. And it was like a tube, like a thick tube, like a thick tube, like a nickel size thickness, like a thick tube coming out of his back. So he couldn't really lay on his back all that well, even though he just had surgery on it. So that was also not comfortable. Um, and then he got to the point where he just, for a couple days, he started vomiting really, really, really bad. And he wasn't eating and stuff like that. And the night before he had his 1 week post-op appointment to remove that wound vac, I looked at him in the bathroom because I was helping him like get in and out of the shower and stuff to clean him up. And I looked at him and he was paler than me. And I'm very fucking pale. I mean, very, very fucking pale. And Mason is tanner than me, very much tanner than me. And I looked at him and I could just see the color just drained out of his face. And I was really worried. So I mean, he was fine. He was just really tired. And we had a doctor's appointment like early in the morning, the next morning. So that morning I called and I called the doctor's office because the doctor's office for him is at the hospital. And I told him, you know, everything that was going on. And I told him, I said, you know, after this wound vacuum removal appointment, I think he needs to be seen. And when they saw him, well, they agreed and they sent a nurse practitioner down to see him. And they it was the surgeon's nurse practitioner, or I think it was the physician assistant. So it was the surgeon's physician assistant that's seen Mason, stuff like that. So she came down and because it's at a big children's hospital, it's like Wolfson's children's hospital. And they saw Mason and they're like, yeah, I think we're going to take him over to the emergency room. And I was like, oh God. So, and he wasn't like lethargic. He was, you could just tell he just really, really, really was not well. And they took him over there. They got an IV going in him really, really, really good, really early. And they gave him many bags of saline or IV fluids or whatever they give him. And I think they gave him like 4 bags. And then they took him for an x-ray to make sure that he didn't have any blockages um, because he still was not going number 2 and it had been like a week. And then he didn't have any blockages, but they could tell that he was really, really, really backed up. So then they gave him something in they brought some sort of different pills or whatever and into the emergency room after they were giving him his IVs and stuff. And the doctor, oh my God, he was so sweet. That man, like, oh, it makes me want to cry just thinking about it. That man was like You know how, like, when you interact with some people in the medical field and you can tell that they have a heart of compassion and service? Like, that's how that man was. Like, he was an older man, and I was telling him all this kind of stuff, and he told me, he goes, "Do you have a medical background?" And I said, "No, I'm just very well versed." And he said, "Oh, you're a smart girl." And he was he was saying to me, he's like, he's like, "Listen," he goes, "We're going to do everything we can to figure out what's going on because you're the mom. You know your child. So I'm not going to tell you what I think. I'm going to do some testing based on what you're telling me." So he was so sweet. Like, sometimes when you're in settings like that, like, some doctors can make you, like, they talk to you like you're an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you don't, "Oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not a doctor." Well, no, I'm not a fucking doctor, but like, I know my child. You know what I mean? And yeah, like gaslighting. Yeah. And this man was just so nice. I mean, honestly, like, every doctor, every nurse, everybody, that the interactions that I had from Mason's surgery, he was amazing. He was, every single one of them. He was amazing. The doctor that did Mason's surgery is the sweetest lady. She's very nice. She's very sought after in her field in this area. Um, she is an angel, and I will always just love and appreciate her for how she treated my child and everyone around, like the nurses and stuff like that. When Mason was having surgery, he was having surgery for almost 8 hours. They had him in under anesthesia for right over 8 hours, I think it was. But they had to do some other stuff first before they actually physically, like, started the surgery. They had to hook him up to, like, all these different, like, nerve monitors and stuff like that because they were working on his spine. Um, and I mean, it was a very good experience, but it was a rough experience at the same time. But they made sure they gave him an x-ray to see, like, make sure he wasn't, like, super obstructed in his bowels and stuff like that. And he was okay, but they gave us a couple pills there in the ER before they let us go. And he goes, "This will probably take a couple hours to kick in. And once it does," he's like, "you might kind of stomach cramp a little bit, but once you feel those stomach cramps, just go." And he was telling Mason, just very lightly, just light little pushes, light little pushes. And because he was saying that sometimes when you have surgery, the anesthesia and stuff like that, like, not that it paralyzes the bowels, but it kind of, like, really messes you up a little bit. But when we were leaving the hospital, Mason started telling me that he was, like, a little hungry, and he'd barely eaten in, like, the 4 days prior. I was just getting him barely keeping down fluids and, like, crackers and stuff like that. And there's a Starbucks down below. And he's like, "Can we go to Starbucks?" And I said, "Absolutely, we can go to Starbucks, whatever you want." And he wanted a coffee and he wanted a croissant. So I said, "Well, I was thinking to myself, well, coffee can make you shit too. So, let's try it." And he ate the coffee, he ate a croissant. And then after he was done with the croissant, we went to go leave. And he's like, "Can I get a hot cookie too?" And I was like, "Sure." Yes, you can. And by the time we were driving home, I'm shedding hairs. By the time we were driving home, because it was me, Mason, and my fiance met us at the hospital once he realized that, or once he knew that they were sending Mason to the emergency room. He left work a little early and he came to be with us. Um, for all intents and purposes, Mason's dad is my fiance. Mason's father is uh, a complete fucking deadbeat, to say the least. And there's some very big updates that I want to make some content about. Not because I want to monetize off it, obviously, because I'm not monetized, but this is a very serious issue that we're dealing with. Um, so by the time we got home, uh, we were in the car and Mason was like, "Ooh, I kind of feel some rumblings in my stomach." And I said, "Okay, good, good, good." I was like, "Can you hold it a little bit? Because we'll be home in about like 5 minutes." And he goes, "Yeah, I think we can. I think I can." And then he just ate the rest of his fucking cookie when we were driving home. And then he started using the bathroom that night. And ever since that night, he's been good to go. But um, I'm happy that his back is a lot better. Um, I'm good. Pumpkin's good. Mason's good. My fiance's wonderful. He's working very hard to, take care of our family and stuff like that. And he's very good to me. He's very good to Mason. Um, Mason has been doing homeschool this past year. I love it. He loves it. He still has teachers. Like there's so many different kinds of like homeschool kind of things you can do. So he still does school through the county, but he does it at home. And he has like a teacher for every subject. I think the teachers are extremely interactive. Like I wasn't expecting a lot of interaction from the teachers, but the teachers are so interactive and kids can like go at their own pace. And I'm speaking about you, by the way. Mason's walking into the kitchen. You can turn the light on and stuff if you need to, baby. You can. There is light. See, look, my big long hair. Well, there's more of it back here too. But I feel like hair's in my face. So it's really cool though, like how they do like homeschool or how he does it through the county because they he has like teachers and stuff like that. And then you work at your own pace. And then before you can move on to like different modules, you have to talk with the teacher, you have to go over stuff and everything like that. And then they send you email or they send me emails and they're like, "Oh, Mason's so great, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I raised him." Tell me something I don't know. But so yeah, everything's like really good. I hope everyone else is doing really good, I think that like in this world that we're living in, like it's so hard to turn off the noise and it's so hard to like ignore it sometimes, like all of the sadness there is out in the fucking world. Like it's just scary. The world is freaking scary. And it's hard to concentrate on the blessings that we have in our life when the world is just so scary around you. And it's like you're just always worried or stressed or anxious about what's going on in the world around you and how it affects you or how it doesn't affect you and just shit like that. But anywho, I'm gonna get off for now. I'm gonna go brush my teeth and take my sleep meds, put my creams on, wash my face, put my creams on. And I'm gonna go to bed. I didn't realize what time it was, but I've been live for almost 45 minutes, so that's not too bad. But I do have a pinned comment. If you guys want to get the $99 reading special, I'm going to be turning it off, I would say probably in about like a week. Maybe a week. I know that there's been quite a few people that have taken advantage of that. If you want to buy more than one, you're welcome to buy more than one. If you want to gift one, you're welcome to do that. But it's $99 right now, so might as well take advantage of it. But I think I'm going to come back and do like my normal like readings and stuff like that, like at night and everything. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say hello. I'll try to come on maybe like tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow early evening or something like that. I'm going to try some like different times to like come live and stuff. So anyway, well, I will talk to you guys soon. You will see me probably tomorrow. Until then, drink your water, be nice, stay off of social media. It's scary anyway. People are so mean. All right. Love y'all. Bye.